One, me as a lawyer, I believe that our constitution is a skeleton. You have to put flesh on it. See,
so let me just be clear. When you say our constitution, you're talking about the 1997.
The 1997 constitution.
Okay.
The 1997 constitution. You have to put flesh on it. Yeah? Now, the case of the advisors, it was an issue of public officer and person holding an office in the public service. For anybody, there is no distinction between this. And it certainly continued, to really disturb me. And I definitely want to have a clarification on it. See? And the approach of the court on it was that you approach this with a purposive interpretation so that you discover the mischief and then pro bono publico, you decide. Now, pro bono publico, of course, is for the benefit of the country, for the benefit of the public. Is it in the spirit of the Constitution that a president appoints a party worker, gives him a name, and then the state pays him, and he spends all his time doing party work? The advisor on political affairs, he does not do anything. All his own party work. Is that the spirit of the Constitution? And certainly, is that the spirit that the Section 80 really wants? That you can appoint anybody and then let him do political work, party work, and the state to be responsible for it. He uses the state resources, vehicles, and petrol to go and do purely party work. I mean, certainly that is not in the interest of the public. That is not pro bono publico. And of course, what was there any mischief that Section 80 wanted to rectify? There was no mischief. The whole issue is you want to keep public officers. You want to keep them out of politics. You want to ensure their political neutrality. The advisor's case, I read there that the president, under the executive power, to help, get people appointed to promote the policies. Tell me, what policies would the better advisor on youth affairs, Luciano, what can he contribute to the policies of this country? Maybe one person, because of his qualifications. Kamara. He said
Suleiman,
he said his qualifications, So maybe he can contribute to policies of government on cybersecurity. But other than that, all these people, it's all political patronage. And the saddest thing about it is opening up an avenue for any rogue government to really stuff, the services with quote unquote persons holding public office and yet doing purely political work. I can assure you that a UDP government will not do that. UDP government can have advisors, but will be top-notch people. Some of the people are here on your program. I think those are people whose talents, whose knowledge should be harnessed for the good of this country.
People like Larry Cisse, people like Lamin Mane.
People like my Lamin, and people like my landed friend, Bax. Yeah. Their knowledge.
Abdoulaye
Toure, yes, their knowledge, their expertise. And there are tons of them who can really serve in an advisory role appointed under Section 80 for the good of the country. But not people really doing party purely party work. You know? And of course, with the ambassadors, I find that even more even more astonishing. Anybody to say that 1996 to 2016 that APRC was ruling this country, I mean, you need to lead evidence. The Chief Justice is the leading authority, at least on evidence. He has written a book on it, and practice not rely on that. I mean, facts that are notorious. Even my grandson knows these facts. You have to lead evidence about that. You have the people themselves acknowledging that, yes, following my appointments, I resigned from my party. Admitting that, yes, I entered into an alliance with ANP, with other parties and individuals. So, we know individuals who really supported Barrow in his 2021 election. We know individuals. But then these are parties, and what will you resign from? You can only resign from a party. So you cannot deny the existence of the party. I don't think really the judges read, especially the ambassadors. I don't think they really read the documents. In fact, during the address, I picked up the Standard newspaper where Amul Nyasi announced that Fatmata Jahumpa Sisi had resigned as secretary of the Secretary General of the party. And I was in the course of that submission, my submission on that, I wanted to make a statement, and of course one of the judges said, "But are you trying to deny what is published in this paper?" I said, "No, my lords. I just wanted to give an additional reason why he's not qualified." But you see, in the face of it all, I think this will be for the academics. Again, maybe that's not novelty, but for challenges to the constitutionality of actions, to give an order of a non-suit, I have not come across it. It's you are either successful, you either succeed or you fail. But then to say that you are non-suited so that you have an opportunity to come back, in constitutional litigations, this is the first time I'm seeing it. Although I do not claim to know the practice or throughout the world, the global practice throughout the world, but this is the first time I'm seeing it, and for me, it's rather strange. And certainly, I believe that really, I believe that look, to dismiss this action would just be too much, especially on those grounds that no evidence that that the Bojan's party is a political party, is registered a political party. To say that a leader is not an office, it's a role. Nobody resigns from a role. You stop performing roles, but you don't resign from roles. You resign from offices. And indeed, the Chief Justice agrees with the reasoning of Justice Njai in the ambassador's case, but then when it came to the office, to the advisor's case, Chief Justice accepted that Henry Gomez is a leader and holding he's holding an office. But you disagree. In the ambassador's case, that leader is just a role. That's what you agree with. But in your own lead judgment, you did say something different. And Justice Jai says that no, roles are for performing roles. As far as the Tijan, Mr. Boja, they were just leaders. They are performing roles. They are roles. But you agree that in the case of Henry Gomez, his position of leader is an office. For me, it's contradiction. I don't know how my lords, when they look at their judgments again, how they will reconcile. I mean, their positions in the two cases. You know.